Hey everyone, welcome to another video of Nameless Things. So today we're taking a look at the Spider-Man 2 official movie adaptation comic book. Oh, this is one of my most favorite comic issues in my entire collection. I have a very deep bond with this movie, man, and it's not over exaggerating to say that if not for this movie, my life would have taken a very, very different turn because this is the very first movie that I saw in theaters, and I just love Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, and especially Spider-Man 2. It's my all-time favorite superhero, all-time favorite movie. I can just watch this countless times and never get bored of it. And just look at this cover where he's looking across the city holding the mask like this whole poster, this whole cover is just so awesome. I actually, when I was very young, I had a hardbind edition of this comic, but being the idiot that I was back then, I didn't maintain it very well, and I had the childish the desire of cutting out the pages with the Spider-Man panels to play with it. And now if I meet my younger self, I want to really kick him. But anyways, I'm so glad and lucky that I got this. I found this on eBay like a couple of years back, and my uncle got this for me from the US. So I'm just so glad that I finally have this issue with me. So let's take a look at this. Before we dive into this issue, be sure to hit the like button. You can share this with your friends, and you can also subscribe to the channel to stay tuned for more such videos. Alright, so we have the issue out of the board and the bag, and as you can see, this is direct edition. This came out in, I think, 2004 June, somewhere around that time frame, around the time the movie released. This movie is definitely acclaimed to be one of the best superhero movies of all time. This and Dark Knight is like the two most iconic superhero movies of all time because they got the stories, the characters, the situations so right. Sam Raimi and Tobey Maguire did a wonderful job with this movie. Yeah, so it starts, and this is pretty much accurate to the movie. It's a scene to scene copy of the movies, although the dialogues are a bit different, and it's fast forward. It's not a very big issue. It's pretty small and does a quick summary and recap. So it starts with Peter looking at the billboard of Mary Jane Watson. He's late to deliver pizza, and he gets fired from that job. He's not finding it easy at the Daily Bugle either. Mrs. Class, and there's and then there's obviously trouble with his relationship with Mary Jane. Aunt May is having trouble paying the bills, and Sam Raimi really got that part pretty well of Peter Parker. He's just a kid who has all these real life troubles and problems, but he's just trying to do better. And I really like that fact and part of how they nailed Peter Parker's personality and situation very well in these movies. And here you can see Harry Osborn introducing him to Otto Octavius, who shows him about his research of nuclear fission. Yeah, the Parker luck prevents him from attending Mary Jane's play, and there's a lot of talk about how Sam Raimi's Mary Jane was such a big red flag, and I agree to an extent, but this is not how Mary Jane was supposed to be. I mean, people who have read the comics really know that she was different, and they had actually a very healthy relationship later on, but I don't know what is it with Marvel that always wants to keep screwing with her and making her into a whore. Yeah, we see the birth of Otto Octavius over here at the what do you call this? The emergency room. Yeah, after the accident at the exhibition. See, yeah, we got the birth of Dr. Octavius, and we got that iconic bank scene where Spider-Man and Dr. Octavius fight against each other. Obviously, it's not a very laborious fight scene like how we saw it in the movie. It's just a quick summary of what we saw there. Yeah, this is Peter realizing that this is the scene where Mary Jane decides to marry J. Jonah Jameson's son, and Peter's not obviously he's heartbroken. He's swinging away, which is where he loses his powers. He starts doubting himself, and I like this aspect as well, where they show that his strength is also linked to his mentality. The more unsure he is of himself, the more stress he is taking on himself. His powers are also fading away. And he, at this moment, the iconic 50th issue where he decides to give up being Spider-Man. You can see that iconic scene from the 50th issue of Amazing Spider-Man. Actually, even Sony reprinted that very issue of Amazing Spider-Man issue 50 just for the promotional purposes of this movie. And he starts doing well in class, and J. Jonah Jameson got his costume from the trash. Peter Parker decides to tell his truth about what happened to Uncle Ben that night. And meanwhile, Harry Osborn still wants vengeance because of what happened to his father from the previous movie. So he strikes a deal with Otto Octavius, who wants the plutonium. He says, I'm going to give you all the plutonium you want. Bring me Spider-Man alive so that I can kill him. This is him making peace with Aunt May, and I love that scene. I mean, as a kid, I didn't really understand it, but growing up, that scene is real gold, and I have rewatched it so many times. Peter trying to come back, but instead gets his back broken. And this is, Dr. Octopus threatening Peter Parker, telling him to summon Spider-Man or he's going to kill Mary Jane. And that iconic scene of Peter swinging back as Spider-Man to fight Otto Octavius with that train fight, which, won the Oscar. Yeah, and all the people coming up in support and favor of Spider-Man. Then waking up at, Harry's house and going back to save Mary Jane to fight at that final warehouse in the water rivers. This is just bringing back so many memories. I'm definitely going to sit and rewatch Spider-Man 2 tonight. Yeah, Spider-Man looking away, Mary Jane coming back, and the end with him swinging away to crime. Well, he's not going to crime obviously, but he's going to the place of crime to stop it and help the police. Amazing artwork. I love this artwork here a lot. So that was the video, guys. So I definitely love this book a lot. It holds a very special place for me, and I also really want to get the other two books, the issue from the first movie and from the third movie as well. And for the third movie, there was also another additional book called Spider-Man 3 The Black, which is about that short time in between when the symbiote bonds to Eddie Brock and Eddie Brock learns about the symbiote. It definitely gives a very interesting approach to how the symbiote thinks and feels, how it is very alien and raw, and it's very freakish because Sam Raimi really got the freakish and horror side of the symbiote really well. So I really want to get that issue someday, hopefully get my hands on it. And what do you think, guys? Let me know in the comments which movie issue and which movie did you like the best out of the Sam Raimi trilogy.